What a great album. This is 25 years ago, maybe even more. What's the date on this? 1991. Yeah, so it's been a while. What a great band. I use this tape for testing here all the time. Anyway, hi guys, Pete over here. About 10 days ago or so, I made a video about my eBay experiment that I'm gonna do for 12 months. And since January just ended a couple days ago, today is February 2nd, I thought I would give you guys a nice update. What happened, how many items I listed, how many sold, and all good stuff like that. Plus, on that video that I made, you guys gave me some great comments, which I really appreciated, but some great questions as well. So I'm gonna address a few questions here throughout this video and share my opinions on them. Plus I also have a unit here that just sold today that I'm getting ready to pack it. It's a Pioneer receiver, pretty heavy unit, about 20 pounds. So I'll show you guys how I do that. Now the screenshot that you guys are looking at was taken on January 31st, and it shows at that moment that I had 46 active items and 28 sold for the total of $1,562. Now I keep like a reference sheet for me here on a wall, actually, of total numbers that I did for that month. Now remember, January wasn't a full month for me because I started really on the second week of January doing this. So in all honesty, it was about 3 weeks, but I end up listing 74 items, sold 28. Once again, total was 1,562. On all that stuff that sold, I spent $141, and it gave me an average price of about $55, and I do have one return coming back. This is a new list for February that I started, showing so far what sold, how much I listed. I listed yesterday 3 items. I didn't list anything today. 1 item sold yesterday, 1 sold today, which is sitting right here, which I'm gonna pack. When it comes to the returns, because that was one of the questions, to keep track of a return rate and tell you guys what's gonna happen with the returns. Well, so far I got 1 coming. It was actually one of the first items that I sold. Well, not first, but like week into it. Guy messaged me. I sold him a VCR for 35 bucks, and he says he's having issue with it, that it's not playing correctly. I test completely all my stuff, so I'm kind of surprised, but you never know. So I told him to ship it back. He hasn't shipped it back yet. I accepted the return, and he hasn't shipped it yet. So I don't know if he was fishing for some money, partial refund or something like that, but I haven't got it back yet, and I can see it that he hasn't shipped it. So here we got a first question. What is it? 5,000 is asking. Pete, please keep track of how many square feet you use for storage of your items. Space is an issue for some sellers, myself included. Great question. You know what? This whole area, like I mentioned, is about 400 square feet, but half of it going this way, it's kind of my man cave. So none of this space is used for processing eBay. Now the other half going this way, I'm kind of sitting right in the middle right now. Going this way is the area that I'm using for eBay. Right here is the unit that I'm gonna pack with the table and testing area. This is a picture area right behind me. There you guys can see the shelf that I'm storing the stuff that it's listed. So far it's only 1 shelf and it's not even full. I have over 40 items on that shelf. I think 40 I want to say 46 active items right now, something like that. And then a little box to the side with remote controls, which are about 10 remote controls. So about 200 square feet, I guess I'm using. Some of the stuff that it's not listed, the about 40-50 items are just sitting on the ground, nicely, neatly stacked up. So I'm not even utilizing probably a quarter of this space yet, as far as storage goes. So I think I got a long way to go before it fills up. So far it's very comfortable in 200 square feet. All right, here we got a very good question. Isanas, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I second the cleaning segment, supplies, cleaners, etc. I love the olive oil trick you showed us a while back. It would be nice to also know about what generally needs repaired, and if you do that yourself or have someone do it for a cost. Good question. As far as the repair goes, I will do basic stuff if I think it's worth my time. For example, if I find a tape deck that needs some belts replacing, but that tape deck is worth about $100 and the belts need to be replaced, I do it. If it's a tape deck that it's gonna sell for $35, I won't pick it up. I won't bother. It's not worth my time. The belts are gonna cost about $7 to $10, and the time to replace them could be a couple hours. I will not mess with a cheaper item like that. Now, if the tape deck is selling for $100, different story. Then it's worth my time. I can spend a couple hours on it and try to play with it. Same thing with turntables. Those are super quick fixes if you need to just replace a belt. Belt is gonna be about $7, $8, and you can get it done within 3 minutes. I mean, unless you need some serious cleaning, maybe 10-minute project. So simple fixes I will do. It all depends on equipment. For example, I have a receiver, it's called Project One receiver, that I picked up for $10 at the local thrift shop. If it was in good working order, that receiver goes for about $120 to $130. Now, it does not work correctly. It does have some issues. It overheats. The expense to fix this, it would be probably about $50 to $60. It's just not worth it. So I just listed for parts, I think for $50. And I will go as low as $20, $30 to move that unit. Sometimes it's just not worth playing with it, so that one is going for parts. So it all depends on particular item. When it comes to cleaning supplies, very simple. I can actually show you what I use. So basically what I got here, I got Simple Green all-purpose cleaner, Windex, Goo Gun, and some rubbing alcohol, 70% rubbing alcohol. That's about it. I got some blowing in a can if I need to blow some stuff out of the case or things like that. Rags, paper towel. Extremely simple, nothing to it. I don't get in too much. The stuff just needs to be presentable. It doesn't need to be, it's not brand new. It just needs to be clean and presentable. That's all. And if you guys are curious how long it takes me to clean a piece, it all depends what it is and how dirty it is. That's simple. Sometimes you pick up stuff that it's nice and clean. It takes you 3 minutes to wipe it down. You're ready to go. And sometimes the stuff is filthy and you're sitting there, cleaning for 15 minutes. So it all depends. And it's something that I kind of enjoyed, get into cracks and crannies and stuff like that. But in general, I don't spend too much time, long as it's presentable and clean. If I like it, I'm assuming my customer will like it as well. Alright guys, the reason I'm sitting the way I'm sitting in my room, because of this next question. So Tom Pargan is asking, hey, is the Pete's Feet sign in the man cave for sale? That's what he's talking about. Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, everything is for sale, kinda. You can shoot me an offer. The sign is not in the best condition. If you're curious, it already has a tag on the back. I don't know if this is gonna focus. It probably won't. Anyway, it's kind of rough. You can see pretty much all the corners on this sign are pretty damn rusted, but it's still very cool. Shoot me an offer. If you like it, shoot me an offer. All I can say is no. Alright, Anthony Wholesales is asking, hello Pete, what is that metal bar that it's holding your bubble wrap in place? I have a big problem finding a holder small enough that isn't a stand with wheels or hold the bubble wrap. Thanks so much. A good question actually. Let me show you guys what he's talking about. So my bubble wrap is sitting on this metal bar that I can just lift off, and as I'm pulling the bubble wrap it just spins around. It's just a holder that actually, I got another one here, let me show you. This weird contraption. So the bar that he's talking about is this piece that it's actually mounted to the table there. But this, I actually bought this and that piece of a dumpster picker who comes to my shop. He found this in a dumpster. He sent me a picture and he said, Pete, do you want this? I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a few bucks. So he brought this in. What this is, it actually came out of a dentist office. This was something that a dentist was using. I don't know, maybe a light, something was mounted on it. This piece actually, I'm gonna mount it on the table right now that the camera is standing. And I'm gonna put my camera on this because it would be pretty convenient. I had this for a few months in a shop and it didn't work in a shop. It was a little bit in the way, but I think I can utilize it here in my man cave to mount my camera. So yeah, I love reuse and repurpose things if I can. I think I gave him like 10 bucks for this setup. I'm sure this is super expensive when you want to buy it new, so that's what I got. Just being creative, that's all. Another great question here, and there was a lot of confusion on the last video that I put out. Let me read it. Thomas Soranis is asking, Pete, how you decide whether an item you pick up will go to the shop or to your new eBay store. So anything pretty much that's happening during the week, or any stuff that you guys see me pick up during the week, it's always going to the shop, okay? I'm always on a clock there, and everything that I find during that time, it goes to the shop. The only sourcing that I'm doing for this experiment, for this eBay store, is either on Sundays or like late evening on a way back from the shop. I might stop by for 5-10 minutes at the Goodwill, just run in and run out, because I have one on the way home, which is only like 5 minutes from my house. So yeah, really the sourcing for this project is only done on Sunday, and I'm sure when the garage sales, I'm also, instead of maybe going to thrift shops, I will hit some garage sales on Sundays. But that's the only time that I'm dedicating. Anything during the week or regular business hours, everything goes to the shop. 1x1 is asking, hey Pete, do you sell these receivers on eBay? Because after eBay and PayPal fees and shipping, because the receivers and DVD players are heavy and big, you aren't left with much. That question comes up all the time, guys, like all the time. First of all, never worry about shipping, because I charge for shipping. Just like this big receiver that I have, the Pioneer, that it's sitting here, this thing is about 20 pounds, and I think I'm charging like 30 bucks to ship. I haven't checked where it's going yet. It should cost me FedEx probably about 25 bucks to ship this pretty much anywhere in the country. Obviously, if it goes somewhere close, it's going to be a lot cheaper, but I charge for all my shipping. As far as the fees goes, I mean, come on. A platform like eBay paying roughly on average 10% and about 3% to PayPal, which is going to change soon. Well, not soon, but eventually. I'm not going to get into that topic for another video, plus already too many people cover the PayPal moving away. Yeah, with all the 13% in fees, not a big deal. What's the problem of paying that kind of fee? Try to go to a consignment shop and they're going to charge you 40-50% sometimes. So it's not a big deal at all. To get that kind of exposure to millions of people every single day they search eBay, I think it's peanuts. You can calculate that. It's the cost of doing business. So when you're saying, they're heavy and bulky, not a big deal at all. I've been doing it for years. It doesn't bother me one bit. It gives me actually advantage because people think exactly like this question is stated here, that doesn't leave a much. That gives you a little advantage that that if you dabble with this kind of stuff, you actually have an edge on most of the people, because the people don't want to do this. They don't want to deal with this, and I don't mind it at all whatsoever. But good question. ABDO Saif, what camera you use to take photos? They look very good. I use my iPhone. I have the new iPhone 10 and that's what I use for my photos. Very simple and quick. And I also list everything through the app. I hardly ever touch the computer. I really only use the computer when I'm doing shipping. So yeah. All right, Sarah Pfaffer is asking, sorry Sarah, Pete, I heard, but I don't know how true it is, that eBay likes it when sellers have variety of items from different categories. So I wonder if sales may not be as good with just one category of items. Sarah, I don't know if that's true or not either. I don't think it makes a difference. I tell you what, the store that I run in a shop, the eBay store, we have everything in there. Just a mix of all kinds of stuff, from vintage, antique, to new stuff, to some clothing, to electronics, to tools. Everything that you can think of I have in that store. And stuff is selling, so I don't think it makes a difference. If anything, especially like me, from my experience, when I look for something, for example, if I'm looking for a camera and I find a store and that store has cameras, lenses, tripods, it builds a confidence for me as a buyer that this person who's selling all this stuff is extremely knowledgeable in that field, because that's all they sell, right? So if that's all they sell, they got to know a lot about it. And also it gives potential chance that if I'm gonna buy a camera, maybe I'm gonna be looking deeper in their store. Maybe I'll buy a lens or tripod from them as well. So it could be into your advantage if you stick with one niche. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know how people shop. Sometimes people just go after the price. Sometimes it's just such a rare item, it doesn't matter who's selling. So it all depends. You know, this experiment that I'm doing, it's gonna be only with electronics, new, used, vintage, antique, all kinds of electronics. We'll see if that makes any kind of difference. I didn't have anybody yet tell me, oh, I'm sorry, I did. I had a guy that bought a remote control from me, and 2 days later he asked me for a specific VCR if I would have had one. So I guess, people who shop certain niche might be interested in more items that you have in the same niche. But anyway, guys, I think this has been a lot longer video than I expected. A lot of great questions. There was like over 1,000 comments on this video, so a lot of good questions you guys had. I'm sure I'm gonna touch on a lot more of them. I was gonna show you how to pack this, but this should be actually a separate video. It's gonna be lengthy. So what I'm gonna do with this unit, I'm gonna pack it really quick, at least to show you what was the weight, how much I charged for it, and how much the shipping cost me, to show you if I lost or made any money on this deal. Alright, finished product. It's packed, big box. Like I said, the unit by itself was about 20 pounds. And with all the box and packing material, hold on, I'm touching actually. Wow, 24 pounds, exactly 24 pounds. So let's see what it's gonna cost us. Alright guys, so this is the actual unit, the Pioneer that I just packed. Sold for 85 bucks and I charge $26.90 for shipping. Alright, I don't know if this camera is gonna focus good, but let's see. I got a very nice Goodwill sticker of 99 cents, so we don't show who bought this item, right? We don't need to say that, but we know it's going to Chesapeake, Virginia. So let's see if we do priority, how much would it cost us? So I'm gonna plug in 24 pounds and we're gonna calculate that, and that comes up to 35 bucks, and I charge what? I charge $26.90 and comes up to 35, so priority is not the option. Let's switch it to FedEx. Alright, so we switch to FedEx and I'm gonna choose home delivery. It doesn't give me option for ground because it's going residential. Alright, your package, still 24 pounds. Now we gotta plug in the dimension of the box, which is 23 by 18 by 12. And let's calculate that. And the price is $22.30. $22.30. We paid. We charged them $26.90, so it's perfect. Make a couple bucks on packing and handling, which covers all the supplies. We're all good there. Looks like this package is going to Virginia. Somebody's gonna be happy. Now, no signature confirmation on this or insurance. The package with FedEx is insured up to 100 bucks, so I don't have to worry about that. And I don't do signature confirmation on any items below $200. That's my number that I like to go with. 200 bucks and up, signature confirmation. 200 and under, no signature confirmation. Wow, I got a little hot packing in this sweatshirt. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I think the eBay experiment is going very well. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. If not once a month, at least I'm gonna try to do like every couple weeks. So twice a month, update how the things are going, how much stuff is selling, how much I'm listing, what I'm finding. And we'll do some more videos on cleaning and actual packing and shipping. And also cleaning of like video heads, tape deck heads, stuff like that. So should be very entertaining. Till next time, guys. Cheers.